Hello and welcome to this ESOL Skills for Life Entry 1 Writing Assessment lesson for Question 1, Spellings. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to analyse the spellings in a sentence and also differentiate, or in other words, tell the difference between the meaning of the words in a question. So here we have question 1. What we have to do is complete each sentence, choose the correct word from those on the right, so these words here, and then we have to write the words in the space. We have 4 questions, A, B, C and D, and there are 2 options for each question. We have to choose the correct spellings and of course write the words in the space. We can circle the word, that's okay, but we must write the word in the space. And I will come back to this question later on. There are 6 different common features for the questions that you will be asked for this question. The first one is homophones, then grammar, silent letters, vowels and consonants, maybe some American spellings, and words that may be similar to the words in your language or a language that you speak. Now you could be asked a mixture of any of these questions. So let's first look at homophones. Homophones are words that have the same sound but have a different meaning. So the example here in the first one is two and two. Same sound, but obviously different spellings with different meanings. So we have here, Lisa has blank cats and 1 dog. We have cats with an S. Another clue here is the number 1. So the answer would be 2, T-W-O. Look in example 2, my favorite color. The key here, or the key clue would be color for blue and blue. So this one, B-L-U-E, is the answer. Example 3, I can blank the children playing outside. Here, same sound, different spellings, meanings. The answer then is H-E-A-R. You may want to pause the video now if you want to check the meanings of the other words. So here we have the grammar section. So if we look at the first example, we do not blank to eat meat. We have the options for like or likes with an S. So we need to go back to the subject and see what that is. Here in the first example, it's we. So we know that I, you, we, they. We just need the verb. So the answer is like. We move to the second example. We have I blank basketball every week. The options are play or plays. Going back to the subject, we see that we have an I. So again, I, you, we, they. We just need a verb. So it's I play. Looking now to the third example, we have Ahmed. Ahmed blank his friend in Rushmere. The options we have here are meet and meets. Once again, let's go back to the subject and again, Ahmed. Ahmed is a man or boy's name, so that would be a he. So for he, she and it, we need an S on our verb in the present simple, so it is Ahmed meets his friend in Rushmere. Next example we're looking at here is silent letters. Silent letters are letters that we need for the spelling. However, when we say the word, we do not pronounce them. So the first one here is you do not blank how to drive, now or no. The answer, of course, is no. Looking at the second example, they blank in the park at the weekends. W-A-L-K or W-A-K. We spell walk with an L, so they W-A-L-K, walk in the park at the weekends. Here we have the workers dig a blank in the road, W-H-O-L-E or H-O-L-E. The answer for this one is H-O-L-E, hole. The workers dig a hole in the road. Again, you may want to pause the video and check the meaning of the other words. Here we have vowels and consonants. So some of the options may have a similar sounding consonant or vowel. They may have an extra consonant or vowel. Or they may have a vowel or consonant missing. So these are the types of things you need to look out for. In the first example, we send a birthday blank to our friend. The option is card or cart. So the D or the T. Very similar, very subtle difference. But obviously we send a birthday card. Option or example 2, I always bring a blank to the shop, bag or beg. So a difference in the vowels here. And we know that bag is spelled B-A-G. We're looking at the third one now. I like to blank at the weekends. Dance and dance. So it's playing here with the S and the C, soft C. Dance is spelled with a C, D-A-N-C-E. The last example now, we meet at the park in Lurgan. Here we have an extra E on the word park that we do not need, and it's simply P-A-R-K. Again, pause the video if you want to check out the spellings and meanings of the other words. Also, we need to be careful with some American spellings. Your test is made in England and therefore uses British English. So we need to be aware of some common American spellings or Americanisms. The first one here is I like that colour. In British English, everything like this is spelled with a U. So other words might include favourite, and that will have a U, or colour here with a U. Next example, my mum lives in Armagh. It's spelled with a U. Mum is the American spelling. We drive through nearly every day, so both words are pronounced through. However, it is the longer spelling that is the correct for British English. T-H-R-U. You will actually see around Armagh, Portadown, Banbridge, wherever you live, you will see this, especially with American fast food restaurants. For example, Burger King or McDonald's or even Starbucks will have a drive-through spelled T-H-R-U. This Americanism is not accepted in your exam, so be careful with that. Now, there are other words that may have the same sound, a similar kind of spelling as the words in your language. And this is something when we write these exams that we're familiar with. So we know that they are similar in your language, so simply be careful with this. The first example here is I talk on the telephone every day. Remember, of course, in English, PH has an F sound, a F sound. So here I talk on the telephone every day. Many European languages will have an F. Another example here, a very common one in your exam, is coffee. So I drink coffee with a C in British English. However, in many European languages, it is often spelled with a K. The third example here, Liam is an actor from Northern Ireland. Actor then has a hard C, K, actor. In some European languages, it may be spelled with a K. So just some examples here we have for coffee. I'm not going to pronounce these words, but in Polish, Lithuanian and German, we have all spelled with a K to start with. Here we have some examples for telephone in some European languages. As we can see here, a lot of them are with F. Portuguese is actually very similar to English. And we have here some similar words for actor in a range of languages. So just be careful with these. So here we're back now at the example we saw at the start of the lesson. So question 1, complete each sentence. Choose the correct word from those on the right. So here are the words to choose from. Write the word in the space. So here, 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 or here. And the first one has been done for you. So Jez meets his friend in town. The two words there to choose from are meet or meets. So let's look at A. Asif has blank brothers or sisters. The options are the words to choose from 2. So homophones. So we have S for brothers and 1 sister. So we're looking for the number. So it's TWO. We're looking at B. We have Maria blank to read books. And the options here are like or likes. This is the grammar question. Maria, we know, is a woman or a girl. So we need likes because Maria likes to read books. C, her favorite color being our clue, is blank. So we've got 2 more homophones, blue or blue. But we know that the color is spelled BLUE. Now looking at D, I can blank do music on the radio. The options here are here or here. Again, a homophone question. So we know I can hear, we're thinking about music, we're thinking about radio, we're thinking about sound. So here, HEAR. And you may want to pause the video if you want to check out the meanings of the words that weren't the answer. So now at the end of this lesson, you are able to analyze the spellings of words, and then you're able to differentiate or tell the difference between the spellings and the meanings of words.